You got to give your props to Joe Harris because, you know, he shot against a monster, you know, one of the greatest shooters in NBA history, and he succeeded. So you got to give him his props. I'm not, like, you know, so I'm not surprised, you know, when you look at three-point shooters anyway, you know what I'm saying, like the best shooters, I mean, typically the best shooters haven't won the three-point contest. You know, Steph won it one time, but Reggie Miller never won a three-point contest.
That's
you know,
true.
I think Ray Allen won it one time, too, I think. Ray won it once. You know, Bird won it twice, I believe, or something like that. You know, like, majority of those shooters, they've been in it, you know, multiple times and only won it one or two times.
Right.
You know,
the one caveat I would say, Craig Hodges, who won it, I believe he won it twice or three times. Somebody let me know about that. But Craig Hodges is probably the only exception I could think of off the top of my head.
Exactly, right? So there's very few of those shooters who consistently win it. So, you know, I'm not necessarily surprised that he didn't win. You know, and Joe Harris won. So you gotta give Joe Harris his props. And I also like Jason Tatum, like you mentioned, Jason Tatum and his skill, man. Like, his skill and his ability is like off the charts. To be like 19, 20 years old, man. Like, you know that he's going to be a star in the league. Just kind of like waiting because Boston almost holds him back. Like, them being so deep of a team, them having so much talent on the team. You got this dude who is like, you know, almost like KD-like, you know. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, KD has this personality that allows him to, like, flourish as a player, but not hard in the spotlight. Like, he's okay with just sitting in the background. You know, he's okay with just playing a role, per se. That's how I feel with Jason Tatum, when he's just okay with playing a role, even though Jason Tatum could be a franchise player, could be the star player of that team.
Right.
So you're just waiting, you know, that potential is just oozing. You're just waiting to kind of see it flourish.
Yeah. And we got Courtney Harden on the line. You know this guy. He's in the chat room every show, almost every show. What's up, Courtney? Thank you for coming on the show tonight.
Thanks for having me, man. It's been too long, man. Thanks, Ben. What's up, Tyjun? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. It's great to have you in here. Join us in the festivities today. You know, it's been good.
Yes. All we need is some barbecue. We're good to go.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
And I was looking through some of your pictures, Courtney. You had a couple of pictures with the grill behind you. So maybe you may be the one that can throw it down. I don't know. Let me know.
I do a little something. I do a little something every now and again. Yeah, I can.
Uh-oh.
All right. Shout out to Emma in the building. DJ Rare Beauty, thank you for coming through. She said greetings. So what we're talking about, the title of the show is, which I want to get your thoughts on this, is the dunk contest overrated? I'll leave the floor to you. We already kind of discussed it, but is the dunk contest overrated?
I think at this point it is, man. I mean, there's always moments in the last few dunk contests that we're like, okay, maybe it's back. But I just think there's been so many dunks that's been done so many times, and it's the same dunks over and over and over again. I think the last great dunk contest was when Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. I was just watching that with my best friend. I was in 2016. I was just watching that with my best friend who was over his house, and we were watching All-Star Weekend, but we ended up watching that one first before this one on Saturday night. And even with this one this year, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't the worst one I've seen, but it's okay. So I think it is kind of overrated. I don't know what you could do with it. For one, it needs stars. That's what it looks like it needs. It needs big stars. So you got guys like Giannis who's he's the Greek freak. So if someone like him was to come in and, you know, he did say maybe a dunk contest next year, maybe, maybe he will do it. I don't know. So, but you need guys like star names that can do it. So yeah, I definitely believe it's overrated.
Yeah, and I think, like we were talking about, it's pretty much it's ran its course. I mean, there's only so much you can do, but my suggestion was to bring people outside of the NBA, to bring these guys in and make it even more competitive, because then you are going to see dunks you haven't seen before, because you don't even know who these guys are. Now, I don't know if there's probably some type of contract legalities and all that kind of stuff is probably reasons why you can't do that. But anything is possible, man. You write up a contract. There's a whole bunch of smart guys that's in the NBA. Shout out to Larry B of IE Sports Radio. Click on that Avi so you can follow the station. They have a lot of great shows. Also, Mochi says Dunk Kings is 10 times better than the current dunk contest. Maybe you do Dunk Kings versus NBA players. I mean, hey, you got to shake it up at some point in time, and it's not with props. We cannot do. I don't want to see somebody jumping over a Kia. Okay, that was probably one of the worst.
The funny thing is, I agree with Mochis, and I agree with you what you said. I heard this earlier too. Someone that said the same thing. Bring some of these dunkers that we see on YouTube or that you see from the street. I remember there used to be the A1 mixtape. They used to have crazy dunkers and things like that. Do something different. Then we can say, okay, you could bring 2 or 3 guys from the Dunk Kings or somewhere from the street, and then get 3 of the dunkers that from the NBA and let them battle it out. And it brings some excitement. At least try it for maybe 1 year. But right now, I agree. It's more overrated now. It has run its course, and I'm tired of the props too. I'm tired of people bringing rappers in and and trying to dunk over rappers and dunk over a chair or a car, and they bring in it's so overrated now. People dunking over cars and things like that. We've seen it already, and it's been done over and over and over. So yeah, they need to do something different. Not Jalen Rose said earlier. He said, or I think Jay Williams said, get rid of it completely for a year or two and let it, and then come back. But that's too much money. They'd be wasting too much money on that if they got rid of it for a year or two. So too much money involved.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that. That would you going from feast to famine if you do that. Now people still gonna want to see it. Like that's the part. It may not be a lot of people seeing it, but people still want to see it. Shout out to Big L in the building. Thank you for tuning in. Courtney Harden jumping in the chat room too, talking on the phone and chatting at the same time in the chat room. The boy got talent. And what about this? Like, would it make the dunk contest more competitive if the winner earned more money? Would it bring out more stars, et cetera? Like, you are right that we need to do something different, in regards to the dunk contest. But, I said, personally, I just feel like all the dunks, like all the great dunks have already been done, right? And it's like, unless you can come with something that's, like, not been seen, like, you can't really hype up the crowd any longer. You just have to, go out there and execute. Like, if you want to do the dunk, or whatever you dunk you're going to do, you just have to do it on the first try. You got to get it down, and you got to do something that, that has a high level of difficulty. But you got to finish it on the first try. After that, it just kills the excitement of the dunk. And then, and then you come in with the cheesy, props, like jumping over airplanes and, five kids and,
right,
and
throwing
alley-oops.
Just stop. It's just cheesy. It gets cheesy after that.
Now, here's a great idea. Right. Oh, go ahead, Courtney, if you had something to say.
Oh, no, I was going to say the best part of this dunk contest was J. Cole missing the dunk.
Right, exactly. That's the most memorable part.
If he would have got that dunk, if he would have made that dunk, I would have been like, okay, yeah, this guy, yeah, they need to give him the tens, because he almost made it. Without even stretching anything. So if he would have made it, that was the best part of the dunk contest. If he would have made that dunk.
Now here's a great suggestion. Big L says, winner gets $1 million and a shoe deal or something. Now we're talking. Like, if you can put something that helps them make more money, which a shoe deal can do that. There you really got something that I think would be a great idea. Now, it may be some kids, or it may be some Pro Wings or some Eagles, but hey, if it's nice if they fit nice, you know, they got Kawhi out here wearing New Balances now, so anybody can get back in the shoe game. No doubt, anybody can get back in the shoe game.
I mean, that's not even a bad idea either. You know, some type of shoe deal, even if it was like have them, you know, whoever's the winner of the dunk contest gets, you know, like a limited shoe release for, you know, for that edition. You know what I'm saying? For that year or whatever, one shoe that's their own custom shoe or something like that. Like, I mean, that'd be something creative. But as you said, you got to do something different.
Yeah, and then you could have one of these talented kids from SoulCollector.com or, you know, one of these shoe company or one of these shoe websites. You know, they do custom kicks all the time, and if they just have a kid or somebody that wants to be an artist or something, you know, design a shoe just for the dunk contest, and the winner gets that custom shoe, and they can represent that, and, you know, in the All-Star game or, you know, throughout the season. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Have a shoe deal for that. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So we got Courtney Harden, we got Tyjun Mack on the line, and let's switch topics over to the possibility. I think this was a D-Wade comment. The possibility of the Banana Boat crew owning a team someday. So that's D-Wade, Gabrielle Union. You might as well put her in the mix. LeBron, because Gabrielle Union getting paid, so she gonna want her cut. She gonna want her slice of that team. Who else? CP3 and Melo. I think this could happen. I think if this does not happen, I would be surprised, because these guys, the amount of money that they make, if they put that money in together by a team, say it's the player's own team, you could add Steph in there. If you want to add KD in there, shout out to Tiffany Sports and Hills. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know. Newcomers coming into the chat room, is a dunk contest overrated? That's the question of the show. But I think this could happen because these guys have put in so much in the game. They know basketball. They know what basketball looks like. They know what a good player looks like. I think they would know what a good ownership would look like. So I want to see this happen. If it does not happen, like I said, I would be surprised. Obviously, they're all going to have to be retired. They don't have very many years left. And honestly, Melo, I don't know if he'll get signed this year. I think he should. Will Melo play for the Lakers this year? Thank you, Big Al. That's a huge question right there. So I'll go to you, Courtney. Do you think this could happen? And really, what could that mean for the future of sports?
I think it's big for the sport, and it's a huge possibility. Why not have guys that, you know, these guys are friends outside of the court? You might as well, you said Gabrielle Union, you might as well add Lala. I think she's still with Melo, I think.
Right.
I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. I know she's on Power and doing all types of things. But add her and add LeBron's wife too. I mean, just add them all. Like, why not? CP3's wife, add them all. But I think it could work because these guys, CP3's already part of the players. I think president of the Players Union anyway. So LeBron, Wade, these guys have a say in a lot of different things, social social things on the court. They know, coming right once they retire, they come right out of retirement, from retirement, and then can own the team. I think it would be good for the league, man. It would definitely set something up if they could own a team, and even with all their money together, they probably have to get someone else, another billionaire, to buy a team with them. But I don't see what would be the harm to if they couldn't do it. I think they should definitely could own a team, and it would be great for the league.
Yeah, definitely. Tyjun, go ahead. What's your thoughts on it, and would you be surprised if this doesn't happen?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I think a lot of these players are thinking about that aspect of their careers now, right? They're thinking about not only just making money as a NBA player, but also making money as a owner, owning something, being able to create that legacy outside of that. A lot of those players inspire to be like Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan is, the first player to successfully come off, as a player and now own a team. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see, a player like LeBron James or like Taylor